Hey guys, Alex here from Homeschool of Bel Air. So on today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a more in-depth look into the all-in-one curriculum. Today, I will be doing a flip through of the 7th grade pack. Now, when you purchase the curriculum, you do get your math included. So for the price that you're paying, you're getting your language arts, your social studies, your science, and your math. Now, obviously, we opted out of doing the math. I don't have the math on this file, so I can't show you guys the math. But just know that it does come with the math. And obviously it's going to be to the grade level that you're purchasing. So for the 7th grade language arts, this one here, because I've gone through obviously my older boys, 9th grade language arts, this one I would say handles a lot more composition, a lot more writing, creative writing, essay writing. There's just a lot more writing. So with this particular one, I did print out all of the activity pages, and then Adrian also has a composition notebook where he's going to be doing all of his writing. Another thing that I mentioned in the Curriculum Picks video is that this curriculum is created and meant to be worked on the computer. And that is why you guys are sitting in front of the computer. It is not very printer friendly. Now you can print it, but it is a lot of printing. The 7th grade level, like this language arts, I don't know if you can see, but it's 725 pages for the language arts. I forgot how many pages the social studies and I forgot how many pages the science are. So it's a lot of printing if you do print all of it out. I decided only to print out the activity pages because to me, that's just the way it works. The boys are going to be working from the computer, just reading their lessons on the computer and then working on their composition notebook or their binder where I stuck all their activity pages in. So as I go, I'll kind of share more about that as we go. Now, like I said, this one handles a lot more writing. I'm going to scroll down and kind of share with you guys some of the lessons. I did set it up to a page, so it's a little easier to go through it. You're going to be handling descriptive writing, poetry, creative descriptive writing, autobiographies, mystery writing, reading mysteries. I'm trying to read as I go, I guess I should say. There's nonfiction, fiction. So a lot of it gives you a reading, like a short story or some kind of biography to read, and then it gives you an assignment, a writing assignment. So that's kind of the way that it's set up. So now you guys can pause. I'm going to go through the lessons. You guys can pause. The language arts has 180 lessons. And I'm just going to scroll through the lessons and what it comes with. So here, the final lesson I want to say is like writing a, a graphic novel, and then a book report, and then that's how it ends. Okay, so here we're tapping into lesson 1, understanding the parts of speech. So the first 11 lessons or so are going to be on grammar and mechanics, and then after the 11th lesson, it starts to go into the actual literature and lessons in writing. I'm going to scroll down to a further longer lesson. Now, I am so sorry that the computer obviously is picking up kind of weird. I didn't want to screen record because I hate doing voiceovers. So that's why I kind of decided just to do it this way. Okay, so these would be like the lessons. You have your lesson 15, enhancing descriptive writing through sensory details. It's going to give you the lesson. So today you will learn about the ways to enhance descriptive writing. It's going to give them their exploring their senses, their assignment for the day. So today you will be working on a sensory writing skill in your writing journal. You will be tasked with writing about various descriptive scenarios, and it gives them the scenarios down here. And then obviously you go into your writing. Once you're done, it says turn in your assignment to your teacher for grading. So that would be one assignment. Then lesson 16, it just says to expand your sensory and writing. Today you will embark on a journey of refining your descriptive writing. So with that one, obviously you're going to be working on multiple drafts of your story. And then continued. It also gives you clickable links here. So here it says you can read the poem here. So it's going to give you a little bit about a poem by Joseph Brucock that captures the intense and thrilling moments of a crucial save in a hockey game. So then it gives you a clickable link here that you can click on. It's going to give you, that says that it's taking you to a scholastic story or whatever it is. So here where you see the blue, so here it says, after the poem, carefully complete the reading comprehension below. So here you can obviously click on this, and it's going to give you an option to type in your answer. That is what I'm talking about when what it's talking about with the fillable PDF. So the curriculum is meant to be done that way. Obviously, like I said, like for instance, this page, I most likely printed that out for Adrian. Now he's going to be doing all the reading. He's going to be doing all the clicking of the links and all that, obviously on the computer. But then when it comes to the activity, that's going to be solely done on paper. That's just what I chose to do. Now, if your student is great at typing and can type up their answers, obviously you have that option. So a lot of the well, not a lot of it, all of the literature that you're going to be needing also comes within the curriculum. So you also get like a novel study within it. I'm going to try to get to, I had shared this one on the curriculum picks video. Scroll down to lesson 129. So it even gives you an introduction to speeches and presentations. So you even get a little bit of that in your curriculum. So it kind of goes a little bit into public speaking, using your voice, like key points, eye contact, gestures, and body language, things like that. It also gives you a few clickable links with lessons on oral presentation, how to use your voice when recording. Now with that, some of the assignments are like creating a podcast, for instance. I think I passed it. Creating a speech, so writing a speech. Audio narratives, you get your own podcast scripts, things like that he gets to work on. Now, after that, with lesson 139, we start to explore, and this is where the chapter books I had mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned it in this one, I might have. The literature is included in here. So now we saw short stories, we saw poetry and things like that. So now with the lesson 139, we start to explore White Fang. So we talk a little bit about Jack London, the author, exploring the theme about White Fang, and then you get the actual book White Fang. So like I said, you get your little novel study kind of within, so you get your literature in here. So here is your book. Throughout, it doesn't tell you like what chapter or what to read. It kind of just stops and then it gives you your comprehension. So obviously that would be one lesson for one day. And then you go into, let's say here, chapter 2. So lesson 140 is chapter 2. And then you read that. And then you get your comprehension for that. On for a couple lessons. I'm going to just keep scrolling because this is a White Fang. I think here, actually, you're going to see some pictures because we didn't see any pictures throughout. It's pretty black and white. Here we tap into indigenous literature and oral tradition. So lesson 149, that's what the lessons are about, indigenous and just kind of oral storytelling. It gives you a short story, The Man to Send Rain Clouds by Leslie Mormon Silko. And then your comprehension. And then after that, you start to explore into the story, The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling. And here you have The Jungle Book. So this one, obviously, you see more pictures than before. So we have The Jungle Book again. It tells you when to stop and work on your comprehension. And then you just go into your next lesson. So this is the way the curriculum looks. I'm trying to think if there's any other stories besides The Jungle Book. I think there's White Fang and Jungle Book, I think, are the only actual like chapter books in this grade level. Yeah, see, that's it. At the end, I do like that it also gives you lesson 80. It's a letter to future 7th grader. So he gets to write a letter to, you know, maybe his sister. Write some poetry, crafting a book report. Yeah, so that is it. That is 180 lessons of language arts for 7th grade. I'm going to try to go ahead and share with you guys the social studies and the science real quick. Okay, so here are the social studies for the 7th grade. Now, the social studies for the 7th grade, I'm going to kind of just scroll through the lessons. You start off with the introduction of the Roman Empire. Like I said, you guys can pause. These are all the lessons here. Okay, you go into the Tang Dynasty, let me see, what else? Samurai Code, Geography in Europe and Eurasian Landmass, English, Legal Constitutional Practices. So then we get into the hundreds lessons, the rise and fall of the empires, Mayan civilization, the Aztec civilization. You get into all of that. A review of the Renaissance, lesson 127. I'm trying to get to where it kind of jumps us off. So Renaissance, humanism and scientific revolution, coexisting science and traditional religion beliefs. That's at lesson 156. Lasting effects of scientific revolution. It kind of ends here because in the last of it, okay, so it kind of ends during the expansion of European into the new land. So Magna Carta, the English Bill of Rights, lesson 173. So that kind of gives you an idea as to where it kind of goes to, American Declaration of Independence. So that's kind of where it ends. Because then after that, it kind of just goes into your assessment from the 16th, 18th century development. So let me go ahead and just kind of scroll through the lessons. You're going to see more color, more pictures in this one, obviously. So here he has a quiz. That's what a quiz would look like for this level. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just scroll probably a little bit faster with this one, just so you guys can get a better understanding. So one of the things that you guys are going to notice with this one, after each lesson, you do get a think and respond. That would be just a quick little questions, comprehension type questions that they have after each lesson. I kind of scrolled down to lesson 70. So I wanted to share with you guys another thing that this curriculum comes with. So with the social studies, you also get little writing assignments or little expansion assignments. So for this one, here's your lesson. You get your think and respond like most of the other lessons, but then here you have an activity. Now with those activities, they're usually going to be research papers or just map work or just different little activities that you're going to have to be including into your lesson. So with this one, it says research and create a short presentation or poster on one of the Japanese Buddhist sects discussed in the lesson. So it gives you some names of some, include information about the founder, key teachings, practices, and any notable historical figures associated with the sect. So with those little activities, I'm real excited about that. Or just map work. There's some where it's presentations, some are actual writing assignments. So it just depends on the lesson. I'm just going to kind of scroll down a little bit more. Like I said, you guys can pause whenever, but I just want to give you just a quick look as to what the curriculum looks like. That is it. So these were some of the last lessons. Here's your last one, celebrating and learning and looking forward. Okay, so here's the 7th grade science. Now the 7th grade science is more of a general science. It kind of goes a little bit into everything. Let me give you guys the first couple lessons. So you have an introduction to matter, energy flow. I'm going to scroll through the lessons. Like I said, you guys can just kind of pause if you guys need to. I just kind of want to share with you guys what all it. Okay, so here we get into lesson 1. Now with the science, what I did notice is that the beginning couple 24, 25 lessons, you get an comprehension quiz after like every 3 lessons or so. After the 24th lesson, you get a think and respond after each lesson with the quiz every 4 to 5 lessons, I think. It's set up something like that. So here you get your assessment again, your few lessons, and then your assessment. Let me get to what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, so here. So lesson 24, changes in the ecosystem, you have your lesson. And so now at the end of your lesson, you have your little think and respond here on the side. Lesson 25, little think and respond. Lesson 26, think and respond. 27, think and respond. And then you get your comprehension on the other lessons that you just did. So they kind of change it up a little bit after lesson 24. Those pages I did print out for Adrian along with the assessments. He also, with this one, we have a blank notebook. That is what he's going to be using to write notes for his assessments or for his, also for the think and response. That's where he's going to be writing those down on. So this is what the science look like. And like I said, it's more of a general science. It kind of goes through everything. I'm going to scroll kind of fast. Again, so you guys could always pause. Or forward, whatever you guys want to do. Okay, so here we go. So we're in lesson 115. I want to say this one also has 180 lessons. Basically 1 lesson a day. The lessons, to me, I don't feel like they're super overwhelming. I feel like it's just perfect. Here we get into human body. Some reproduction lessons, genes, DNA, and that's it. So reflection and future goals. So that is lesson 38. So yeah, the last couple lessons is doing an assignment for a science fair. So I think Adrian's going to have a ton of fun with that kind of stuff. Okay, guys, so that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be on the lookout because I will be doing something similar for the 9th grade level. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. I will link all of this in the description box. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.